folks, welcome to another day. Day for yesterday I went for a tournament. Yesterday I was super exhausted, so today we are back. Today I'm going to spend some time doing a little bit of analysis. First of all, I would do our regular stuff in terms of analyzing playing a puzzle team, puzzle streaks, and then over a period of time I'm going to analyze my games and how badly or good the tournament went. So let's start off with this day. We are at puzzle streak 20, and I can see that the rook is getting trapped. There's only one way to truly trap the rook, is if I play bishop here, the pawn will protect and I cannot, the rook escapes. But if I go the other way, the rook is basically trapped itself in a corner and we give up a piece, a pawn. We give a couple of pawns, but then we get the rook. This is almost a mate. We have this check. The only thing is I have two checks possible. The king currently can't go here, 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 here. So if I could have checked the king in a safe way without changing some of the pawn structures, it was a mate. The king escapes to this path because of that. So did we check? Discover attack and win the rook. So now this is the discover attack and we simply win the rook. So here we get into puzzle number 3, and here we can see that we've just specifically lost no, nothing actually. So equal, I think we're a pawn down, we just lost a pawn. But here we have an opportunity to win a piece by pinning the piece, but I don't see. I have a check. Then okay, let's calculate this accurately. So we have a check. That's not leading to much because the king moves away, or even the rook cannot come back, but king moves away. Rook takes, knight takes. I think we start off with this. Now this knight can be targeted. The only question is how do we target the knight? We have this check. I don't have a continuation. Queen has squares. Alright folks, as you can see I'm a bit rusty today. You can look at it, but I think I'll figure this out. Come on, let's calculate this again. So I know they have this check. The king will probably come here. Where do I have the follow on? Do I follow that on? So of course, it seems a bit tricky. Let's see what's happening here. I want to skip this. I knew this is first move, but pin it. Okay. What was the problem? What if he had done something else? This was surely better. Alright folks, we did take help in this, solve this. Here what we got, if we raise, can the king move? King has sufficient squares. We have this check, rook check. But the king cannot come here, here, here. It can come here. Then I can give him a check. The king escapes. If I can block this square, then I have a mate. But I have this check right away. King comes here. So if we see, I don't have a good that check. Then we have I can see only one check. That's making sense. We have this idea of push, but then I just lose this and then it's lost. Alright. Move the pieces, check. King goes there. Okay. Bishop here, bishop, knight here is not protected. Bishop moving in. Rook check. This is forced. And what if I do a pawn push right away? Where does the knight bishop move? Takes, knight takes, bishop takes. So it's an equal situation. Not helping. Takes, still not helping. Rook check, king comes there. Alright. Very great ideas. So I thought the only idea that I had was this check, but then I didn't have the continuation. Rook check, takes, king takes, pawn takes. What did I gain by coming here? These two squares are blocked, these three squares are blocked, but the king still has 1, 2, 3 squares. Does the position have something interesting? Rook check, rook takes, pawn takes, king takes. So now got nothing. What if I target this bishop? Check, and I win the rook. Okay. Took me a ton of time to figure this out. Position, and then I get an entry. And he doesn't have a conversion. Position, king goes away, then I can come in here. Simply take it. Yeah, it's a straightforward one. So you can see some of them I find it quite straightforward, some of them I think some time. It's been 10 minutes, I've done only 5 puzzles. You can see that it's a little rusty today. This threatening mate in 1. So the rook moves away, and then I have this back rank mate. Okay, Oh, I have a check, and then I move this away, and then okay, he moves this back. Then we have this back rank. Okay, it's a back rank idea, but yeah, it's been 10 minutes and I've just reached 25. It's been a bit tough kind of a day. Let's look at my games and what I have struggled on. So this is the one. July, we played this tournament, and I haven't really. First of all, let's switch off the engine and let's take it one step at a time. So this is when my unrated opponent and I've played pretty much I need to actually study this opening because this is coming up quite often. The move e6 against the KID, so I need to see how it actually needs to do. Then I said, I have to stop him from pushing pawns, so I said I'll do this. So according to me here, if I look at my pieces, this is a defensive one. Knight has squares, only this knight is the weak one. And if you look at this bishop is not really great, so I would not be very happy if I'm white, and this bishop also is very standard. So I think I have done okay out of the opening. I can check. I think it would be 0. So I'm neutralized out of the opening. So if you look at the current evaluation, my evaluation was right. We have neutralized. It's a 0 situation here. Alright, so it's good. So then let me switch off the engine again. So I was able to equalize. I had to play apparently this. I played rook e8, bishop b2, queen d6, and this was not very useful move because then it gave opponent a couple of nice tempos. Now here he's pinned the piece, and I know that he's trying to play this move here. So what I felt was I can pin him and then stop him from playing this move. So therefore I played bishop g4. Because he kicked, I took. And yeah, there's a couple of options here. I could have brought the rooks into the game. So I played rook a to d8. I would have played the other one, doesn't matter. He played c4. And here what I felt was that I have something here, and this was a blunder, by the way. This probably is a blunder because he can simply take this, and I did not have anything to compensate other than this move. And my point was this bishop is pretty much stuck. So I thought this was what would happen and I would be better off. This is what I thought when I played this, but this is apparently a mistake. Because, oh no, it was not a mistake. Okay, great. I thought it was a mistake. It wasn't really a bad mistake, and he had to take it. My idea was to close it, yes. And then that was the whole idea of getting the rook here. Right, so my idea was that. So anyways, we ended up in this position where we exchanged pieces, but that was a mistake because I had this intermezzo check, and now I end up with simply a pawn up position. So from this pawn up position, I went to a losing position actually. If you look at the full game, if I had the whole game, of course it's a 15 minutes rapid. I didn't have time to write the whole game down. So what happened here after all of this was I ended up missing a fork in the endgame with rook and knight and king versus the rook and knight and king. And from there on, I was able to then fight back because I has a pawn advantage. So it was roughly a minus +1 plus 1.2 situation. I fought back until it opened and did a mistake. I converted in the endgame pretty comfortably. So, alright folks, so let's see exactly what engine says, what are the mistakes, because I think I'm struggling a little bit in the opening. So let's look at the computer analysis of the same, and I think we can go step by step. Any mistakes? So I directly played, I should have played a 1. So this was a mistake. I knew that it was a mistake as soon as I played it because then I gave him a few tempos. But then I think, yes, I found the best move in this position to neutralize the situation, but he should have first taken it. So he gave me that intermezzo check, which helped me to gain the pawn. So good news is my intermezzo practice is working. But yes, if you look at black, not big mistake other than one inaccuracy of queen, misplaying the queen. And I'm again, one of the key themes that I have to work on is figuring out the break. I'm either missing the c5 break or the e5 break, which has happened in multiple matches, and that's hurting me a lot. So I need to practice what is the kind of break we need to look at. In this kind of position, I had to look at the e4 break. So these are the breaks, e5 break, sorry, which is what I have been missing. Let's go to match 2. So if you look at it, I've done a 92% accuracy. Of course, after this we did a few blunders, but it was not a bad situation until what I could have figured this out. Next, let's look at the second match, and again I'll switch off the engine and we'll first analyze it move by move. I played my Queen's Gambit declined structure, and he offered an upfront move of c4. Whenever this happens, I typically exchange off one of the pawns and then plant my knight on c3. Typically, based on my understanding, this is what would work. And then he stops any pin and other set of ideas, and then I said let me just develop. So my idea was to just simply develop, and typically I do take this pawn from the knight because I don't like the isolated pawn, and black has this isolated pawn which I can try to work with in the long run. Is generally my idea in this position. So I allowed him to exchange if any exchange is possible. I'm not sure if this was very accurate because it allowed this kind of a tactic simplification, but still I think this isolated pawn here should still work in my favor, and we just simply castled. Did I have any idea to put pressure? I could have tried something else as well, but I think this was logical. And then he kicked me around. I said I'm going to maintain some pressure there, and once this happens, I realized that I need to centralize my rooks. So I had my idea to put both my rooks on C and D file. So I was wondering which rook where. So I figured out that I should put my F rook on D8 and the C rook. So simple developmental moves. I didn't do it. I didn't do anything flashy. Just play regular moves. Rook D7, and then the queen comes back. And my idea here was actually to target this target this pawn at some point of time. So then I played this. Now at this point of time I realized this is a mistake. Why did I feel it's a mistake? Because I had the skewer and I have the protected skewer situation. So I played this, and then automatically I was a piece up. I think he might have had a defense. Let's try and see if there's a defense against this move. Could he have... he could have played this bishop in the middle. I think he played it too fast. How could I have put further pressure in such situation? I'm not very sure how I could have put pressure here. But he blundered, of course, by allowing that. The bishop here was a nice little defensive resource. So yes, this is what both of us didn't see. The ideal situation is that at this point of time, here, once I know this threat exists, what I need to do was exchange the bishop off and then apply the same idea when there's no way for him to defend it. Because now there is no way, and it could have worked. But I have of course messed this up here by directly playing this, by an opponent returned the favor. So let's look at the evaluation as well. I think after this was of course winning, and I converted quite comfortably with an exchange up situation. But yes, I am quite sure that both of us missed this defensive resource. Then he takes, queen takes, then I try to put some pressure, defend. Yeah, probably a pawn up endgame situation. That is there. Alright folks, let's continue with a quick computer analysis. And as I said, I think this is what was a defense which both of us missed, and creating a wonderful opportunity. So I think I have to see if I did any mistakes. If you see, I was having advantage. Queen e4 was a mistake. I should have patiently developed before trying this. This gave us an equalizing opportunity. It's clearly an inaccuracy. As we saw, we did a mistake there. Then opponent blundered, and I converted from here pretty comfortably. So if I look at accuracy wise, I am at 92% again, so not bad at all. At least for the first 22 moves that we have on cover. Now round 3 it was a disaster. First of all, it was a candidate master opponent who was 1969 rated, and I'm still 1500 rated. So I'm 300 points away from my target and 500 points almost away from the player I'm playing against. So it's of course an overwhelming favorite. And I did what this particular game exposed is my inability to properly play the Alapin. So let's see what exactly happened. I played the Sicilian, then Alapin, and then okay, I think I'll have to switch off the engine for a second for me to analyze first. And he offered the exchange and I took it. Now at this point of time I do not know what to do. And I played knight c6, which seems okay, putting pressure on this, and he defended knight f3, which also seems okay. And here I played bishop g4, which is pinning this bishop, pushing this knight to the queen, which also seems okay. But the problem now is it allows a tempo against my queen. So this is a problem, and that's exactly what he did. And I did this blunder. I should move the queen away somewhere, because once I do this here, the king does not have escape squares, allowing a deadly tactic against my pieces. I could have played here. I probably could have played here. Sorry, my mistake. Delete this line. Or here. So I had multiple opportunities to do this, but I played the only move which was like really bad, which is this. This allowed a beautiful attack, which is basically allowing the pawn push. And the only, I think, logical move here is to simply go back, because if I go anywhere here, for example, if I play this, he has this check and I lose this piece. So I cannot play knight b4 or knight b5. So that is not possible. And if I come here, it's just lost. So the only possible way I need to play is this, and that brings a good enough attack of try. I think this is still better off, much better off for white, because black is really terrible in development. Let's see how he typically continues. Takes, queen takes, kick, takes. Now here if you see, it's plus 3 advantage, but actually there is no material difference. If you see, the white is completely developed and black is completely lost. So here I played a really bad move, which is fine, which is okay. We did a mistake, exchange, and then he has this check, queen takes here, king d8. Now what is the move that we can threaten? He cannot threaten this because I'm going to lose this. So what he did a very nice move, bishop d5. Here what's the threat? The threat is the fork. And do we have a defense? The answer is yes. I should move the bishop back, simply defending this. But by this time of time I was so frustrated with the way the game had gone that I played a random move, giving up another piece for an exchange and a piece for free. And of course the match is completely lost at this point of time. So I think my accuracy would be some 20-30% in this game. So let us analyze this, and I want to see a couple of games in the structure and how typically it's handled by grandmasters. And then the knight c6. So I think until here we are great, and here I want to actually see what is the book move. No, I don't want to hint or something. I want to see a game. So here what I played was bishop g4, which is still playable, which is still played in 17% of the games, but it's not really a great move as such, because you can see that white is a overwhelming favorite after bishop g4. So that's a mistake. The only one which helps me to have some sanity in this position is what they call is e5. I think I've enabled this practice with computer. How do I stop this? Okay, I want to stop this. I don't know how to stop this, but it's okay. I'll just refresh the page. What I want is an engine move here. e5 is the only move that was saving me. He kicks me, and then I pin him. Take, and take. So this is how I could have played. It's a drawable position, but yeah, the material it's probably bad. Why can't he take this? Then the queen takes. So it's an equal position. So I was able to I can get to an equal position from here. But I had not played this, and I didn't play e5. I think this is playable. No, this is not playable. The only playable move here is this, which is played by many of these grandmasters, and knight c3. That's what it is. So Vladimir Kramnik has played this against Judith Polgar, and he's still done well against her. But otherwise, this is a terrible position to work with. So this is how my game against the candidate master went. Basically, just a complete loss because of just not understanding how to handle the Alapin and just blundering away the game. Here, this is still okay. Still, there are games with this. And then for knight c3, the only move is bishop into, pawn into, and then you take this. Wow, I could have done this. What was wrong with me? I could have counter gambited. Queen takes. Don't push. Oh, sorry. You have to take it back. So we are great. Oh my god. I was fine, folks. I was perfectly fine. Here I could have just simply taken this. Pawn takes, and then what? So here, and then you go defensive. So here we are fine, equal position, match would have gone on. So I have missed the Alapin. I need to practice a bit of Alapin and how to play that variation, and we lost this match pretty badly right at the opening. So we looked at a lot of variations here, understand how I could have handled the position. But yes, I did not handle it well and it was lost. After this loss, I played another unrated opponent, and let's now switch off this one. I can switch off the games, and let's look at d4, d5. So a pretty standard Queen's Gambit decline structure, and then I just developed bishop g5, bishop f4. Bishop g5 is the most common move. Bishop f4 is like the 10th most common move, giving black a sufficient advantage. And then I simply exchanged and opened up the pieces. So we've had some games in this position, and overall it's okay. And then he plays the knight there. Then I close this position, which is apparently not something grandmasters do. It's a semi-Slav kind of a structure. And then I tried this up. So now here I apparently did a blunder here. Instead I was analyzing, and what I realized is here this is a blunder because this loses the queen on the spot. I don't have a square. So this is what I missed, opponent missed in the position, and he did this mistake. Then I was able to capitalize on this, and then it allowed me to exchange a few pieces, build up an attack, and I really went on to win this match. So this was an unrated opponent, but yes, here you can see that this is just lost piece up out of position. So first let's see the engine evaluation here is completely winning, but let's see, I'm sure that I did a few mistakes. I think I can just ask for a computer analysis. So if you see what exactly has happened here, it's a pretty standard structure. I think I have to switch this off. Yes, pretty standard structure, and I think this move gives up this pawn. This is what I've been doing this mistake for quite some time, that I'm giving up this pawn. This pawn is lost. If you do this, you can just take the pawn, and I have no way to defend this pawn. You take it, and then let's say you try to defend this, you have this move. You can simply put massive pressure. You can take it, but then you are just losing. So therefore this bishop d6 is not accurate, but luckily opponent did not see that, and then I played e3, nb to d7, then I played c5. c5 is not the most accurate move, Then opponent played b5. This is not accurate, and I found the right continuation of a4 break. Finally, the breaks. Once in my life, I was able to get the break right. Apparently, I should take from the queen, but I took it from. Why should I take it from the queen? I don't understand. Because of this break again. For an exchange, take. I think my pieces are much better placed. We simply castled here, and this is a blunder which I talked about, as you can see, but he did a mistake of taking it now, right outly taking it, but then he didn't continue it properly, allowing me some nice little tactics, and then I simply kept exchanging middle position, and then of course I converted here. Oh, I think I've written it till the mate, so we can see what happened. And then exchange, and then allowing me to push the pawn. This was completely lost. Okay, there was a much better sequence, but then I asked for the exchange, then simply converted the winning endgame. Let's look at the analysis part. I had an 86% accuracy. I of course did one big blunder, which breaks down this accuracy massively down, as you can see, as it has happened here. So we reached match number 4. So until now I had done great. I had done 4 on 4, and then I played the next unrated opponent. Alright, let's look at this match, how it's progressed. Again, I don't want to see the engine first. And let's see what exactly happened. We have this again I need to see how do I target this kind of a structure against the ID. Yes, the idea here of course is that break which I'm missing. I think I should try to get this break, but the thing is this bishop is targeting here, so it was not working. So I think I prepared the break, I didn't break. Again a mistake, I feel. And I think after this it just fizzled out. The match just fizzled out with opposite similar color bishop, but then I think my bishop was better placed than the opponent's bishop, but then the match really fizzled out. So what I think the mistake I did was I'm preparing this break, but I'm not making the break. For example here, what if I had broken and he takes? Oh, it's not working. Alright, let's look at the best move here. Best move was what I played. But I still think there's some break which I'm missing in these positions. I should have tried the c5 break in this position because he cannot. And then you play the d4, get the pins in center because of the spin that exists along this diagonal. So what if he takes? Let's say I play the c5, c3. What if he takes? Then I have this discovered attack, closes this, and then I get this pawn back, and the spin is there for a long time, and then this put pressure on it. Take is a mistake. And then there's a slight mass advantage for me, so I missed the c5 break in this position. When this is lined up, then put pressure on this pawn, which is basically stopping this diagonal. Interesting thought, which I missed. Again the c5 break, check, then put pressure on this pawn, and we are fine in this position. Again I missed this castle. Alright, this gave white a last massive advantage. Again the break, but I felt why can't I simply take it, then put pressure? No easy way to defend. Pressure, takes, and then takes. You see, I could have taken the break, then not doing the break gave a half a pawn advantage. You see, I've been missing these breaks and I'm not understanding exactly when to break. So it needs some amount of opening prep. Yeah, the best move is still the one that I played. This again gave a lot of advantage to white. The idea is then he goes back and then you close this. Why can't I click? So they still gave a good amount of advantage to black. They didn't play the best move, which is taking here, taking here. So the problem is that this really opens up my pawns to massive attack from these beautiful bishops. Is what I understood after looking at the entire sequence. I cannot take because of this. You have to kick, goes back, and it's not really a pleasant position. So then he missed the break. He missed this take and opening of the position, and rook e1, allowing my knight to come in there, which I did not do. Still allowing this specific set of moves, allowing white a massive advantage. And still that bishop to b6 is not found, not an easy thing to find in this position. So we just exchanged pieces and I put my piece in the center, giving white a good amount of advantage. That's because of the bishop pair. And then now it's in equal position, and then I think the match just fizzled out. Oh, I actually had an advantage. I've been missing this kind of moves. Both of us missed this moves where we block, they can never take, and then slowly develop with respect to the queen. Take. Marginal advantage, difficult to convert. And then we ended up with pretty much an equal position, and we drew from here. I was not very disappointed with this game because I think I missed a few sequences, but yeah, it was the 8 pawns, no pawns exchanged till the end of the game, and 2 bishops left on the board. It was a completely lost position here. Sorry, completely drawn position here. So yeah, it's a lot of inaccuracies, and it's not a lot of no blunders, but a lot of mistakes, which could have given the opponent the advantage. As you can see, let's look at the mistakes that I did. I was playing black, so this was an inaccuracy, but I mainly look at mistakes. Knight f6 is a mistake because of the stakes. We saw the sequence, and we had rook f1 is a mistake. Yeah, we both just continuously kept missing the same set of moves, which is rook d5, rook d5, rook d5. Missed twice. So those are the 3 blunders that I did, mistakes I did there. Alright, so let's go to the next one. Which is against 1429, and I was completely winning this game. If you see the position, finally you'll say that Suhas, you're winning because I won a pawn with a nice sequence. But then I did not convert. So it's a pretty standard KID versus this position. Again, I think his issues in breaking it. So then we have structure, and this I was not winning here, but I did go ahead and win the pawn from here. I think my pawn structure is slightly better, but I don't think there's much. I was slightly better, yes. Oh yeah, he was putting a lot of pressure on this pawn here, and if you look at count the pawns, I think it's equal pawns, but yes, he was putting some pressure here, and I had lined this up allowing this kind of sequence. But let's look at what engine says. For me, it looked like a standard KID versus Q. Its gambit declined, and yeah, I had an advantage. Okay, I could have first pinned him, so inaccuracy. c5 is not great, and I should have tried, interestingly, g4, g5 kind of plans with trying to get the queen into the game. Oh, this is just trying to reduce activity for the opponent. So nb to d7 was played, and I did finally play this. If you see, I wasted a move. I had just played knight e3, and then I played a couple of moves later. a6 was a good decent move. No bishop should have got back, but yeah, some of the first moves are difficult to find, and yeah, marginally better. I kept thinking about this break in the match, and I thought, yes, this is what I missed. This is the intermezzo that I missed in the match. So the idea is I'm totally winning because he can take it, but if he takes it, I have this pawn push intermezzo, and then this is a completely great set of pawns here with a single pawn differential. There's no differential, but just this pawn is too strong for the opponent, which I missed. And then the match didn't fizzle out to a draw. If what I mentioned is I missed the intermezzo, but in the end game I was pawn up end game and I was completely winning. But 2 minutes on the clock, I blundered the game because of time pressure. And then this game I won pretty easily. I wouldn't say easily, but let's first switch off the engine. I have a lot of moves already there, so I played the standard setup. Now here I need to play the break. The question is when. So this d5 break is what I have been missing quite a bit. So should I have played? I generally like these kind of structures when I'm able to, and this was a mistake. Opponent missed the discovery and then I was completely winning, and I had a clean conversion, more or less a clean conversion in this. I think they had a better tactic at some point of time, but yeah, now here I simplified it. I had a better move here. I could have simply exchanged the queens off, but I said let's go for further simplification. I said I'm going to take it to the end game where I'm completely winning with the pawns, and then I did convert. But I really want to see the opening where I'm missing the break. So e4, there's no break here. Still marginally better for black. There's no break here. This is the best move, no? Knight in. Here I could have castle. I think that was okay. I mean, I like this structure. I found the break. If you see, the only difference between some of the other games which I'm not able to convert, in this game I'm able to convert, is I found a break, because there's no way he can push because it just loses it. So then I found the break. I could have taken it, but I found a problem because of that. The queen was getting trapped. This is a great thing, folks. I saw that the queen was trapped in this position and I said okay. Normally I don't sometimes do this mistake of overseeing the queen getting trapped, but I did see that if I take it and he pins it, the queen gets trapped. So but then I found the discovered attack and then I converted cleanly the differential that I had, and this was a really good mistake. I could have tried this, apparently I didn't know why. I could have tried this over anything else. Because of the Boden's mate. What if I played this? Check. The king comes here, check, king goes there, and this rook dives in for a mate in the middle of the board. So that's what I missed here. I kept thinking about that break, but I could not get the break in then, and this was anyways. This was not the best move. I could have tried taking this. Queen takes, rook takes. I'm now a full piece up. I could have won, but then it was not a clean conversion then, right? I missed removing the defender theme, and then I just simply converted, folks. So the rate, this was round 7. And you can see that misses even in not a clean closures. I haven't had great clean closures in this tournament. And then the last one was really bad. But yes, let's see what happened in this game. This was against a fairly tough opponent. It was 1-7-2-3, a fairly tough opponent. And then I was somehow able to draw this game. Okay, let's use the engine help, not an issue, but yeah, it's an equal position. There's nothing. Still an equal position. Black has equalized. I pinned it, and then I calculated this, that because there's a pin, he cannot take it back, and it's marginally better for black. But this finally fizzled out to a rook, king, pawn and a king and pawn endgame, which I was able to hold. Again, I was under time pressure. If you see, this is the theme that I have been getting into time pressure. Last game, the most disastrous game. Again, the same team that I did not break at the right time. So if you see, this is the typical structure. Once this happens, okay, where is the break? This is not the right move here. I should have taken, okay, bishop takes and then push. But then, apparently I'm better. I play d5 directly. Only move. And it is marginally better. And if you see, kind of moves, I thought about this move. But then I thought I'm weakening the king. But I'm not, because he doesn't have a bishop to target it. What if he takes a break? Oh, I have to find the break. Again, there's a problem of finding the break. And I think what I did here was did this mistake. This was a mistake. I should allow the white square weaknesses. So let me quickly conclude what happened in the tournament, positives and negatives of the tournament. It was a pretty decent tournament. Is there a way I can see all the chapters in one place? Let me do this, but is there a way? Okay, I'm not sure what's happening. It's just not working. Yes. Oh, it's doing the analysis. Yeah, I was better off at points and then I lost the match. But yes, let's look at summarizing the tournament. My score against unrated players was pretty good. I never lost an unrated player. I beat 3 unrated players, drew against 1, so I was 3.5 on 4. Against rated players, I got 2 points on 5 matches, which is not very good, and that's what is the difference here compared to some of the other tournaments I did pretty well, where I massively increased some of my points. Now I reached 1500 recently because of a good tournament I played. But here, this tournament, I'm losing around 11 to 12 points, which is okay. But mainly the last game was hurting. So the positives is I played a candidate master. I played pretty decently well against unrated, did not give many chances. Yeah, I drew against 1723. This is highlights of this entire tournament. But then I lost to 1463 in the end, and which is what hurt me the most. Alright, overall I think it's a pretty good, decent tournament. You can say that. You can see my inaccuracy is really high, mainly because of the couple of blunders that I did. Thank you all for listening in and analyzing with me the entire tournament, and have a great day.